Hi everyone, it's Sil, and this is Slow Easy English. Thank you for joining me on a new video. Um, okay, so recently I asked my subscribers, I asked them if they had any questions for me, and to please send me a question about something that they were curious about or needed help with. And one of the questions that was posed to me was, do English speakers make mistakes? Do native English speakers make mistakes? And the answer is yes, of course we do. We make mistakes all the time. Every day we make mistakes. You know, uneducated, educated, doesn't matter. Movie stars, talk show hosts, news anchors, make mistakes all the time. People who really shouldn't be making mistakes, people who are, like I said, a talk show host or a news anchor, they should not be making mistakes. And okay, they make fewer mistakes on camera than most people do in real life. That's probably true. But they still make mistakes. Yes, they do. They do quite often. Um, if you watch if you watch TV, if you watch YouTube videos, you will notice yourself all kinds of mistakes. Now, there are, I want to say there's two types. Oh, look, see that right there, right there. I made a mistake. And if I wasn't an English, oh, two mistakes. Ah! All right, what were my mistakes? Right? I didn't even do them on purpose. They're natural for me. So I said there was two. No, there were two, right? And then what was the second one? I forget now. But anyway, it was a similar mistake. I'm going to talk about those types of mistakes more in future videos. But generally speaking, in my mind anyway, there are two types of mistakes that native English speakers make. The first type is it's the type of mistake that everybody agrees that's a mistake, right? If somebody said something like, I don't know, for example, yesterday I goed to the store. Okay, now that's not a mistake that most people would make, but I suppose it's possible. That's child English, right? 5-year-olds make those mistakes. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It's just an example. If somebody made that mistake, I think 99.9% of native English speakers would say that's a mistake. Don't say that. That's not correct English. Yes, I understood what you wanted to say, but nobody speaks that way. Nobody accepts that as okay English. Then there's the second type of mistake, which is a mistake that is not correct according to the textbooks, but I got an itchy nose. Hang on. I'm going to blow my nose. I'm going to cut this out anyway. It doesn't matter. Now, the second type of mistake is it's a mistake where the grammar books, the grammar rules don't agree, but nobody cares. Nobody cares. Native English speakers in general don't care and sometimes don't even notice. So let me give you one quick example. It's, I'm looking for my keys, and I might ask, where's my keys? Where's my keys? Well, where's my keys is absolutely wrong according to grammar rules. It should be, where are my keys, right? But if you listen, I've heard it in movies. I've heard, educated people say this, where's my keys? It's something that native English speakers say all the time. And yes, it's not correct according to the grammar rules, but nobody cares. And many people don't even notice that they speak that way. Another one that we make constantly if I was, right? If I was in your position, the correct grammar is if I were in your position. If I was you should be if I were you, right? So if I were you, I would buy a car. If I was you, I would buy a car. This is something you will hear many, many people say. And it's not necessarily just uneducated people that speak that way. It's a lot of people. Educated people speak that way all the time too. So those two types of mistakes. Now, so what does this mean? How should you speak? Well, if you ask me, now this is my opinion, and I'm sure that you will have no trouble finding many, many, many people who disagree with me. But the way I look at it is, if it's something that is acceptable to most people, then it's not really a mistake. It's only a mistake in the grammar books. But the grammar books tell people how they should speak English. Now, you can't do that. People aren't going to listen. It doesn't matter. Language will change. People will make mistakes. Some mistakes will be accepted as okay. Some mistakes will not be accepted as okay. Eventually, with time, those mistakes that are accepted as okay by everybody, or most people, well, this is how English works. It doesn't matter what the books say should. It doesn't matter. This is how it works. This is how it works in real life. And sometimes, if you follow the textbook English, then a lot of normal people, the average person, will think you're a little strange, Like, for example, whom, right? Very few people use the word whom today. But it's necessary, according to English grammar rules, to use whom in certain circumstances, in certain sentences. But if you're using whom correctly all the time, yeah, I think a lot of people are going to be like, yeah, you talk funny. And so, you have to make your own decision. Do you want to be correct according to grammar books that are not keeping up with the language and the changes that are happening? Because language changes. If we always followed the rules of a grammar book, then language would never change, right? But language does change. In fact, we're speaking English today because enough people a long time ago stopped following the rules of, all the languages that English originated from. And, we borrowed words and used words from other languages. Well, if people never broke the rules, we would not be speaking English today. Right now, I would not be able to teach you English because English would not exist. Therefore, if you ask me, grammar books, grammar rules are really mostly a guide, but they're not written in concrete, okay? So, yeah, that's my take on it. Everybody, of course, has the right to their own opinions, so feel free to disagree. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Do you care more about speaking English the way native English speakers speak it in real life? Or would you prefer to speak English according to the rules and there should never be any changes to those rules? Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I'm curious to know. So anyway, so to answer the question again, do native English speakers make mistakes? Yes, all the time. We make mistakes every day. All kinds of native English speakers make mistakes, and sometimes they're, everybody agrees it's a mistake, and sometimes only a few people, only a really small percentage of the population will say, oh, you made a mistake. You're stupid. Nobody cares. So don't worry about making mistakes. Making mistakes is very natural, even for native English speakers. So if you're learning English, of course, you're going to make a lot more mistakes. And that's okay, because every time you use your English, you'll make mistakes. If you make no mistakes, you're not using your English. If you're not using your English, you're really not learning. So go ahead, use your English, make mistakes, laugh at your mistakes. Don't get upset about them. Don't get embarrassed about them. Don't worry about them. Just notice, oh yeah, I made a mistake. Next time, I will not make that same mistake. I will learn from this and I will get better. And you will get better. So don't worry about mistakes. Go ahead, make a ton of mistakes and learn English as you do. So that's my video. I feel like I'm rambling and I'm just talking and talking about stuff. So I'm going to stop now. Thank you for watching. And if you have any more questions, please leave a comment. Also, don't forget, please, if you like this video. If you don't like this video, don't do it. But if you like this video, if you want to see more, tell me by subscribing, by clicking the like button, and help make this channel stronger. So then I'll be able to do more videos for you, right? Anyway, that's it for now. Thank you for watching. I will see you again in the next video. Bye-bye.